Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to The Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. Here we are again, another new week, another new video, another brand new video. This time we're heading over to Campbelltown again. We're checking out the heavily awaited, heavily anticipated, the Kilkerran Heavily Peated Batch 6. I have reviewed all batches 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I will pop links here and here if you want to catch up on them videos if you've not quite caught them. I would love you to go back and check them out. See the journey of this. This is the peat in progress. States on the bottle here. Peat in progress. That's not to be mistaken with, if you're a Kilkerran fan, then you'll be very, very much aware of when Kilkerran started producing whiskey in 2009. It was called the Work in Progress. I will try and pop an image above here. The Work in Progress went through the years 2009, 2010, 2011, etc, etc, and they produced a bottle, and ultimately it culminated in the age statement that we all know today is the Kilkerran 12. We all love it. We're all fans of it. This to me hopefully goes the same sort of journey. This is batch 6, so it must be getting pretty. I'm not too sure if they do the same thing, they put older stuff in this, or whether they just keep producing it as a heavily peated. If someone for Kilkerran is watching, can let us know, is there ever going to be a Kilkerran heavily peated, age-stated whiskey? I'd love to know, I'd love to find out. If anybody's in the know, dive into the comments, guys, and let us know. If you've tried the heavily peated whiskies, are you enjoying them, are you not enjoying them? Dive in, guys, let me know. I'd love to get involved in the conversation. But on this one, I'm just going to dive into it, share it with you, score it, get out, get going, and let's dive in. So it's been covered up for the last hour or so, guys, with Whiskey Friend coin, down the hatch, Whiskey Battle coin, number 95 on this one. Yes, they are still available. If you want to dive in, pick up some coins, help the channel out, keep the lights on, help me buy some more whiskey, dive in. Glasses are not too shabby either. If you want to dive in and pick up some of those, I'll pop all the links into the description, guys. You can catch up with me down there. If you want to help support the channel, please drop me an email. So, okay, let's dive into this one now. So on the nose, wow, okay, it's different. This one is 75% ex bourbon cask, 25% ex sherry cask. It's bottled at an ABV of 57.4% ABV. It's a little bit different to batch 5. If you compare batch 5 and batch 6, they look so different. This is batch 6, batch 5. Colour wise, there's a massive difference in colour. I'm thinking that's possibly down to the sherry, but you never know with these super distillers. But yeah, let's and that was the ABVs dropped back. The heavily peated batches from 1 to 68 range in ABVs. They've been up as high as 60.9. I think this might be one of the lowest at 57.4, but I sometimes like Kilkerran around that 56, 57 ABV mark. I think it's a sweet spot for them. Nose wise, it's a little bit sooty, so you know the smoke's there, but it's not all about the smoke. It has that, I dare I say, that cliche. It's got bonfire on a beach, that distant bonfire on a beach. It definitely has that. It's got that sea breeze, that sea air, that sea salt, that kind of coastal elements there right up front. But once you really get into it, it's a wee bit more. There's a wee bit more to it than that. There's a lovely savoury note coming in. Maybe a pastry, maybe a steak bake, maybe some sort of meaty pastry. A little bit toasty. I'm picking up maybe some toast, but it's creamy, it's thick, it's buttery. Maybe with some honey popped on top, so it's toasty, honey, creamy, thick. It's leathery. There's an old dusty note coming in here, maybe some dusty old bookshelves, or maybe in my case, maybe a dusty old whisky shelf. There's definitely some dusty old shelves going in here somewhere. And it definitely has that kind of coastal seaside element to it. Not much fruit kicking around at the minute. In fact, if I was sitting here, usually if you watch the videos regularly, you might find I have some birds chipping. I've got a tree above me and lots of birds sitting in it, and they chip all the time. The difference with this one, if maybe I've had some seagulls flying around outside, it would certainly put me back, maybe to the seaside. Nosing this and having the seagulls outside, it would definitely be a kind of, it would send me to the seaside. It's definitely got a seaside element to it. There's a little bit of brine, definitely some smoke in there. If I revert back to maybe batch 4s and 5s, I think this is a little bit different. It's a little bit dustier, a little bit drier. Always remember the other one's been a wee bit more brighter and fresher, maybe even a wee bit fruitier on the nose. There's not a lot of fruit in this one. This is definitely giving us lots of old leather, maybe some caramel, definitely some toffee. There is a sweetness to it, but it has that dusty old element going on. Fantastic. Colour wise, it's maybe a dark gold, maybe a hint of light amber. Definitely not a Jurassic Park thing going on yet. It's not quite as amber as Jurassic Park, but it's got a beautiful, beautiful colour. But guys, let's not all about the nose. Let's see how it tastes. So we're going to send this one down the hatch, responsibly, of course. Cheers. I think I'm going to get excited with this. Let's try it. Thick, oily, creamy, buttery, spicy, peppery arrival. Mouthfeel is, like most of these Kilkerrans, they've got a really, really nice textured mouthfeel. This is no different. This is thick and creamy and oily. Peppery. But on arrival, it's dry, it's smoky, it's spicy. Again, with a heavily peated, I'm expecting lots and lots of smoke. It's not. It's beautifully balanced between all the other elements. There's smoke there. There's spicy there. There's a wee bit of intensity there. The 57.4 for me is, this is perfect. It's not overly powerful. The 60.9 one I think was a wee bit hot. Some of the others at the 59 point odd have been a wee bit hot on arrival. This is wonderful. Kilkerran, I think the sweet spot of Kilkerran is around that 56, 57 ABV. But it has this earthiness. It's got a minerality. It's got a kind of wet stone, salty wet stone. It's all beachy. If you're by the beach and you're picking up some wet pebbles, and you touch them on your mouth, it's definitely got that kind of, that feel. But it's not all about that. Once you really get into the development now, the honey kicks in. Honey, toffee, caramel. A lot of honey. Sticky honey. But there's a beautiful spicy note with some spicy ginger. It's peppery as well, so there's lots and lots of spice going on, but at the same time that sweetness is there. You've probably noticed I've not picked up on a lot of fruit yet, but let's taste it, see if I can find any fruit. It just gets better sip after sip after sip. I see I've just spent the weekend with it. I've had a few at the weekend, but it's definitely getting better. Smoky, spicy arrival. That minerality there, the wet stones, the creaminess, the butteriness. It's buttery, it's peppery, it's sweet, it's peat, sweet peat as I call it, and it's a little bit salty. definitely got that maritime sea breeze, that sea salt, that kind of coastal element going on. But then, when you think you've had enough, the fruit decides to make an appearance. Late on, heading into the finish, it gets a little bit fruitier. A little bit of tropical fruit, some pineapple, some banana, maybe some apple, and maybe some pear. So there's definitely the fruity element heading towards the finish. It gets fruitier, but you might be forgiven to think, where's the fruit, where's the sweet? It's still sweet. It's vanilla, it's toffee, it's honeyed. It's got lots of going on. The balance is wonderful, guys. It's got so much. It's actually quite complex. It's got a lovely complexity, because just when you think that's where's this and where's that, now as I'm talking, it's becoming a wee bit more citrus, a wee bit more lemon, a wee bit more orange. So the fruit tends to come in through the development. It's a bit more minerality, it's a bit more earthy, it's a bit more salty, it's a bit more kind of up front, and then as it develops, it comes through in layers. The salt's there, the brine's there, the coastal's there, then it develops into more kind of tropical fruit, pineapple. Let's do another sip. Real nice. Finish. Into the finish, guys. It's, if there's something that's maybe not quite there, is the finish. The finish is a wee bit shorter than I'd like. It's not short. It's maybe short to medium. It's trying to stretch itself out, but the finish is more peppery, smoky, light smoke, a little bit of spiced honey. Then it kind of eases off. I'm trying to think whether it lingers or not. It feels like it's maybe not lingering, but I'm still tasting it, so I think it might be lingering a wee bit longer. So I'm probably going to go maybe a medium finish. It's not a long finish, but wow, nice. Let's do a little bit of water, see what it's like with water. You're probably thinking, what's he doing, man? Why is he putting water in it? Because, yeah, a lot of guys keep asking me, why don't I do it with water? So I'm going to put a few drops of water in there. I've got the full bottle, so I can play around with it a little bit. So let's do a couple of drops of water in it, just to see. So a couple of drops in there. Let's see if it makes any difference. I'm not the biggest fan of water, but some guys tell me that I need to start educating people and educate myself and start putting some water in. So I've popped a few drops in this one. You might have thought I poured a big dram at the beginning, but I was planning to put some water in it. So yeah, that's why I've done that. So let's have a look. Okay, with the water, it does make a little bit of a difference, because the kind of bonfire on a beach, distant bonfire smoke, seems to have kind of disappeared. It's a little bit more citrus, a little bit more orange, a little bit more lemon up front. Wow, it's making it. The spicy is coming in. It's much more spicy on the nose. A bit of ginger, pepper. Wow, it's gone a little bit. It was a little bit dirty, not dirty, a little bit dusty. It was a little bit dusty on the initial palate. It's gone a little bit more now, making a damp, fusty, maybe is the word. That, I think with the water, what this does is, I think the Campbelltown funk comes out a wee bit more. There wasn't much Campbelltown funk on the original nose, just as you drunk it and you sipped it and you nosed it. But as you've added water, it's gone a wee bit more damp, a wee bit more funky. Those wet stones are really coming out now. Those salty wet stones are coming out. But wow, this is a real interesting piece of work. It's an interesting whiskey. Let's see what it sips like with water. It's spicier. with water. The fruit's coming through now, the tropical fruit. The pineapple. Maybe a wee bit of mango in there now. Definitely some green apple. Going a little bit grassy now as well, so there's a nice grassy element in there. But it's still peppery and it's nipping the tongue. So it doesn't take much away. When you add the water, it's not taking much intensity away. It actually brings out more pepper. Smoke, it's a wee bit more citrus towards the end of the finish. But wow, what an interesting piece of work. This retails, guys. I know it's a tough job at the minute. I've managed to pick up all the Kilkerrans, heavily peated. I've tried to pick up as much Kilkerran as I can, but I know, like, anyways, we all feel it. It's getting tougher and it's getting tougher and it's getting tougher. This is no exception. I would like to thank Mr. Justin Adams for picking this bottle up for me. I wasn't really going to start chasing it down, but I got a call saying, do you want one? So it'd be rude not to. So I picked one up. So yeah, score-wise, what we score it? Is it the best Kilkerran so far? I've not got that far into it, guys. I'm hoping maybe to do a little comparison video later on, maybe give another couple of weeks for this. Maybe compare it to the batch 5, see how it compares. Colour wise, they're so different. I always remember the batch 5 being a wee bit more grassy, a wee bit more brighter, a wee bit more fresher. This is a wee bit more on the kind of dusty, damp, fusty element, whereas the other was much brighter. So they have changed from, although it's peat in progress, they have changed from bottle to bottle, and they are very different. Different ABVs, there's lots of different comparisons going on. 75% ex-bourbon, 25% ex-sherry. I know there's lots of different factors going in, but I'd love to know where they're heading with the peat in progress. So yeah, score-wise, what would I score it? I'm quite comfortable at the minute. Yeah, I've had a couple out of it. I'm going to score it 88 out of 100. I'm going to reserve that to come back when I do it as a head-to-head. I might review that score. I'm going to give this every chance to get where this one is. But yeah, other than that, I'm Alan. I'm the Whiskey Friend. Don't forget, guys, if you liked the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash that button. If you want to dive in and have a look at the Patreon page, check us out. Have a look. If you want to support the channel, helps me keep the lights switched on. It helps me purchase all this whiskey that I'm reviewing for you. So if you feel free, guys, it's as little as, I don't know, $2-3 a month. You can cap it. You can do whatever you want. If you feel you want to help support the channel and you like what I'm doing, dive in, check us out. But all the links will be in the description. Until the next one, guys, as always, the pleasure is the sharing. And don't forget to send some good whiskey straight down the hatch. And until the next time, see you soon, guys. Thank you. Cheers.